A man is happy according to the excellence with which he executes the proper act of his reason, discovering and contemplating the essence of beings, especially of that being on which all other depend. Insofar also as his contemplation opens with this supreme being to a relation of adoration, praise, demand, gratitude. Now, such discovery and contemplation defines philosophy. Is then happiness reserved to philosophers? As a matter of fact, philosophers generally don't look notably happy. Mostly, they are seen unable to agree on what should be thought, tearing one another in endless debate. When they don't become raving lunatic as Nietzsche, who thought he was Napoleon and passionately embraced a horse when sinking in craziness. You need to know whom to consider a true philosopher. Discovering the essence, the properties, and the causes of beings is a very difficult endeavor, qualified by Aristotle as more divine than human. It is about it that you realize most clearly the political character of man's nature, seeing how many people the philosopher needs the assistance of to get the leisure he needs to practice his activity, his own activity. Even then, most philosophers fail to discover the truth for lack of common sense or of cleverness, as well as of masters able to relay the already acquired truth and to train to healthy intellectual habits in tune with the learning exigencies imposed by its nature on human intelligence. Therefore, many so called philosophers are not true ones, for stuck as they are in absurdities and trapped in moral and intellectual habits which blind them. Besides, those people who don't devote their life to philosophy but rather commit themselves to solve practical problems and establish the leisure, the necessary leisure for philosophy, also them, they need to give themselves as much as possible the opportunity of this contemplation if they are to give meaning to their own life and to taste happiness. Finally, many of these simple people taste philosophy and taste happiness more than these carry philosophers and scientists who don't even get to discover the order in nature and its need of an intelligent creator. As those philosophers who, since Kant, center the universe on man rather than on God, and those scientists who, like Stephen Hawking, pretend to hold the evidence that chance provides sufficient explanation for what happens in our universe. In this, Christian revelation amounts to great help, offering through faith on God and human nature precious information, only obtained with great difficulty, if ever, through philosophy. Accordingly, Thomas Aquinas declared that more wisdom is found in an old ignorant Christian woman than in a learned scientist who doesn't even know of God's existence.